Right, guys and girls, so we're here with the Citizencon 2948 keynote. I wasn't going to restream this, but this is a restream from what's being broadcast from Star Citizen right now. I probably won't be over talking all of it, so we can just basically watch this together, and instead what we do is we'll just discuss what's going on in chat, I guess. But yeah, they got some sort of a trailer going on here, probably a ship sale trailer, I won't be surprised.
This claim is ours. I'll make this easy for you. Leave now, or we'll kill you. I'm happy either way.
I'll be changing the thumbnail in just a second. That's from the previous stream.
The time has come for something new. Something to change the game. When seeking fortunes at the fringes of civilization, you need someone you can trust. In this age of uncertainty, it's time to take back your strength. It's time to release the Kraken.
A new ship. Well, there we go.
Drink Interplanetary. We got your back.
So, there's going to be some audio desync errors going on here. This is from Star Citizen End. They've got some massive desync problems for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but as you can see there right now. So this isn't my problem. This is purely down to how it's being broadcast from Star Citizen, or Citizencon rather. This is a massive desync audio, isn't it? Good 30 seconds, a minute maybe. Frame rate isn't perfect either, yeah.
It's a hard video to follow, but we're going to try our best. It's a lot of fun. So welcome to Austin. I think we had our very first Citizencon here back in 2013, so it's great to be back. It's a little larger venue than we were before, and we've got a lot more things on. But it's great to have you all here, and I'm really excited by everything we're going to reveal.
Oh, so the
show today.
this Twitch stream doesn't have this problem.
It
did have when I looked.
We decided we're going to do something very different this Citizencon than what we've done in the past, because normally what we do is we show some technology we're working on that in the future you guys are going to get to enjoy, or we prototype some gameplay.
It's actually lagging, Toddster. Yeah, they've got a con.
GamesCon and Citizencon. But this year we made a decision quite a while ago.
I'm not going to talk too much because I don't want to talk over what's going on here in the chat.
To have the mission that we're going to show you now.
Oh, with Chris Roberts rather.
On the day, obviously OCS and 3.3 is taking a little longer. So, but the mission that we are going to play and show and walk you through is a mission that you'll all be able to play in 3.3 once Lorville and Hurston's in. All the stuff's in there, warts and all. It's not faked. It's actually proper gameplay. It's not scripted. This is a mission that can happen in various different locations and have different parts. And I think it's really cool because it's going to be content you guys are going to be enjoying in the very near future. As soon as we get 3.3 out of PTU and into live, and then we're releasing the Hurston.
So Black Sparrow, or Sparrow Black, you said there's no desync on the Twitch stream. Would you mind letting me know which channel that's on?
There he is.
Yeah, I can up the volume, no problem.
And also we have Glenn. Where's Glenn? Who you may remember from some of our rituals. And you'll notice he's wearing cowboy boots, just to give, as an Englishman in Texas, he's wearing some cowboy boots. I did tell him that he's put him on the wrong side of his jeans, but anyway. He's got boot up. But anyway, so do you want to just say something about what we're going to do here in the Like it's one of our missions.
It is one of our missions. Basically, high-level beat is that you'll see some of the biomes that we built and on the planet. It will take place on the planet. We're not going to go out in space or anything like that, show off any of the moons, but it is it's real. I mean, that to me is the most exciting part. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm out here.
And I think one of our focuses going forward is focusing on game content
Yes.
in the immediate future.
I can see Star Citizen on Twitch, Sparrow Black, but I can't see the official Star Citizen channel there. I think they're only broadcasting on their own website, aren't they, as far as I know?
One of the steps towards
Well,
that.
especially getting OCS and the core tech out.
Right.
You know, that allows us to do what we need to do. So Glenn's booting up real quick, and then we can go.
They haven't shown anything aside from a ship trailer about
And
one.
also
We're just
one-
waiting for the
one
big thing now.
caveat, since
Except there's
you
a
guys
massive
know
audio
that the
desync.
Evocati is that it is a 3.3 build, which means potentially it'll be not unlike a Star Citizen demo. There could be a crash in it.
Yeah.
You may also see some wonky behavior from AI
Yes.
specifically, because it's all about multiplayer syncing. These are all things that we're aware of and working, but we are showing you in 3.3 in the current build with content will be coming with Hearst and Lawville.
And net binding or net?
Yeah, so yeah, the only thing that we have off on this is the bang culling. So
Yes.
this does have asynchronous background loading and object container streaming, but we have the bang culling off because that's actually the most unstable element of what's currently in the 3.3 test with the Evocati, because it adds another level of complexity with the multi-threading and the possible issues that can happen and how things get out of sync. So in this, we just have that turned off, which means the performance won't be as good as the Evocati are getting with bang culling in it.
Yeah.
But it's okay, and obviously it's only going to get better, and so bear with us if there's a crash. Hopefully there won't be one. We'll see. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
As someone,
Yeah, actually, yes.
as someone famously said,
This is
something F this, let's do it live.
Alright, so blackness, nothing going on. It's live, he says, and then it disappears. Let's hope it comes back in a minute. There is a big audio desync here, in case, or maybe they're using this as an opportunity to fix that. If you do see the audio desync, this is from Star Citizen end. Sparrow Black, I cannot see any official stream on Twitch. All I can see is a bunch of other people restreaming. The first one is Twerk17, who's redacted. Then we've got Bad News Baron, we've got Star Pirates, and a whole bunch of other people right at the end there. Angry Joe, all restreaming. I just don't see an official Star Citizen restream here. It looks like they've killed it, doesn't it? Oh no, what's happened? Is it like this for everyone else? Yeah, everyone else is...
Here we are.
That's the new halves.
yes.
All right, so we are waking up in our hab.
Well, we've got
in
something
Lawville.
going on here, but not
this
what I
is the
want.
first
Character naked?
planet that is a fully formed planet with a proper landing zone.
Right, give me 1 second. We'll see if we can fix this. Oh dear. Let's see if we can fix this problem. As you can imagine, their website's pretty busy, so I'm not sure where everyone else is restreaming this from.
Let's
Right, there we
go.
go.
I don't know. It's kind of.
I think we got something here.
Get a cup of Joe.
Yep. So this is actually going to be
Right,
showing off
there we
our.
go. It's a bit better. At last.
This is a more in-depth interaction system and how this can lead to missions, because we want you to pick up things. We want you to interact with the world.
I've got it there though. Thank you, Sparrow Black. Cheers.
Go ahead and get your coffee.
So it reminds me a little bit of what they were showing off in what was that game recently?
Coffee. We have the interaction
Cyberpunk.
Inspect it.
You know, look at all items, so you'll be able to. So it's a far. So in 3.3, you'll be able to look at your weapons, look at objects you pick up, and the long-term goal is pretty much most items in the world will be interactable. You can take them, you can move them, they're persistent. You can store them in your spaceship. You can store them in your hab, and we're also not in 3.3, but we're going to be expanding the player status system. We already have the stamina that happens, and you need oxygen. But you know, we're not going to go full core like survival or hard sim, but you are going to occasionally need to drink some liquids or eat some food
Or breathe.
Or breathe. And it's really just resource management, not any different than you would have resource management for your ship that needs fuel and you know, power and stuff like that. So we'll have our little cup of Joe in the morning, wake us up. There we go.
I'm going to chat
some
in
of the
the
things we have in
type
the
chat
hab
box
here
for the
are
moment.
also,
I'll be chatting
to
physically
play
and
with
typing in there
early
because I don't want to
3.3, but we'll
overtalk
actually have
Chris Roberts
more
too much
gameplay
here.
and meaning. But here's an example of placing and putting stuff around. So you'll be able, so it's not just like the old system in the hangars where you had to put it on certain spots.
Yep.
You can place items anywhere you want, pick them up from crouching. So there's a lot more interactive ability and tactileness. No! No!
Well, that went a long way, didn't it? How did we make it in? A few minutes? Where are we?
Never done it there.
No timing.
All right, well.
Is that
the GPU crash again? Is it the GPU crash?
GPU?
Let's see what it is.
Oh well, good start.
What is it?
No, I can talk in moments like this, John. I just don't want to overtalk too much of what they've got going on.
That's the skeleton bounding box going out of. All right,
What if they have to start completely from the beginning again?
We haven't actually ever seen that crash
No.
before.
We've seen other ones.
We have a GPU crash that we've been seeing, but we've never seen that one before.
So we need to respin the server and then get.
Yeah,
the
probably
players
go
back in.
get a new GPU, burnt it out.
When's Evo up? That's Evo's code right there. Okay, so let's spin this up. Sorry about that. We could play the Kraken commercial again and do something while we're doing it.
It's worth seeing.
Do we have the Kraken commercial we can play again?
Yeah, I probably won't be surprised if they did
All right.
go and do ray
Let's
tracing on there.
Watch some pretty,
They like to be at the
imagery
forefront
when we
with
do
most of
that.
these things. Going to turn the volume back up
You
again.
can never accuse us of not doing things live, though.
Yeah.
Commentary. Can't give you commentary.
Getting a bit of buffering this end, so let me know if there's any problems. Are you seeing buffering or are you seeing the trailer? Hopefully you're seeing the trailer. I've got quite some bad buffering here. No, I didn't put any. No, there's not behind a paywall now. They kind of backed down from that. Great, glad it's working.
You can stop right there. This claim is ours. I'll make this easy for you. Leave now, or we'll kill you. I'm happy either way.
That accent. That music.
The time has come for something new. Something to change the game. When seeking fortunes at the fringes of civilization, you need someone you can trust. In this age of uncertainty, it's time to take back your strength. It's time to release the Kraken. Drake Interplanetary. We got your back.
So is ramming gonna be a thing, eh? Sorry for Nightbot spamming there. I set him up earlier on today and I don't think I've got the timings quite right on all the links, so
Almost there.
hopefully you don't mind the link spam there.
Before, but you couldn't hear me over the speaker.
If it gets too bad, we'll shut him off.
UK now that sort of works on things like that, and a couple of them are former content creators from you guys that are now started to work for us. So it's very cool to see that progression where people start as content creators out in the community and then come inside and start working for us and start doing really kick-ass work like that. It's great. So that's cool.
I think we're ready.
What's happened?
Won't be so important, but we are going to.
Yeah, I noticed that. XD. We'll
Which means
shut Nightbot off if he keeps doing it.
that
This stream is crazy. I think we might be getting an issue here on my end. Give me a minute and I'll see if I can
glass
sort this
and pull
out.
out. Will be all things game. You can buy bigger places, bigger spaces, more places to store it. But again,
Residencies.
right, yeah. So on the AI side, we'll see more of it we go on, but it's the early days of the AI going about their lives. There's a
That
lot
was a
more
bit
that's going to
bad
come in.
timing
We
there,
have
wasn't
this
it?
usable system, I think we've talked about in the past, that longer term is what allows the AI to do everything from playing an
Oh, so it's not just me then, Alan.
sweeping
That's good to know.
the floor, to having a drink,
Well,
eating food.
even allowing the player to do the same
Yeah,
thing.
and the player, you can use the same systems and animations. And so we want to build a living, breathing city or locations, because the thing is, in a multiplayer game, if you just rely on the players for the population, the problem is everyone's running around trying to do a mission or earn money, and they're sprinting left and right. So the AI is very important to give locations a sense of life. which is what we're going to be aiming for here. You're going to see more of it. We're going to go down to the base of L19, and when we look back at it, you'll sort of see it's a tall, sort of upside down bracket. Like here's the admin office in the bit of L19, so again, that's where you could drop off or have things delivered. You can sort of see how tall it is up on it, and let's head out.
I think this area holds 100 habs.
Yeah, so each building holds 100 habs.
Yeah.
So as more players come online and they would start in Lawville, we would actually have more of these buildings that would be populated. Yeah. So here we are, we're out here. This is looking out at the vista onto Lawville. See a fair amount of security, and
we have the spaceport across the way.
Yeah, Tessa Spaceport is the main spaceport of Lawville that's coming, and can't see if we ship, but there should be ships coming and going as well as players. So we have ships that are actually coming out of quantum travel in orbit and coming down, and landing on the pad or taking off. But I didn't see any one of them. But that's because it's also systemic, so it doesn't always happen on cue because it's not scripted. And here we'll carry on because we're going to show you a little bit of Lawville. And this area is sort of the kind of the L19 worker area of it, right?
And this is about selling the security building and the oppression of Hurston towards its workers.
So Hurston's a corporate planet, and the Hurston Corporation owns and runs it. So as you see, a fair amount of security around. They're maybe, I wouldn't say the nicest employer. They want everyone to do their job and not complain, even if they don't get paid a lot and the air quality is really bad. You'll see a fair amount of Hurston security around. They will, stop and do checks on other NPCs, tell you to move on and hurry up. And here we are coming out onto, I think, the main plaza of this particular area. I think we call it Livestream, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll go into the bar.
Yeah, and bar. I've talked about bars long term being locations you would go to get some gossip, find out what's happening, maybe have some slightly shadier missions that you can accept versus the sort of more clean scrubbed ones that you would get on, say, the job boards.
I love that poster.
Yeah, the hammerhead.
So every now and then.
Yeah, and we're in an active city, so we actually have full trains of transit.
Yeah. They would.
Hey. I just went back.
Okay.
You all right?
That's the light flickering.
You want a drink or
I
something?
need a drink.
So this is our early implementation of the bartender, and you can order whiskey or you can order beer. So Glenn is going to do an Irish coffee in kind of a messed up way, not the proper way.
What do you want?
Appreciate it.
Good choice.
As I said, this is the 3-3 build.
Yep.
There's
Still some glitches.
Like
and some wonky gravity.
Yeah, the graphics, the gravity there is definitely really weird.
Fine once we get it.
But
Doesn't reset
quite nice looking areas, but no gameplay yet. Waiting for the gameplay.
We've got ice cube simulation.
Kind of like these areas though.
Very important.
Yeah.
And there is only one cube in the whiskey, which is also very important. All right, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink, but not too much.
So again, in the future, when we're talking about the player status, you'll be able to drink too much, stumble around, have those types of wonderful things.
Yeah, maybe you have one drink, you'll have a little bit of courage, you'll like a little bit more strength in combat, but too many drinks, you lose your coordination.
Got to grind to drink, Jeffrey. How many can you get? How many can you take?
We've missed the trains both times. So,
Glenn?
Okay, let's see. right, we have we got an invite to go see Clovis Darneely in the Reclamation and Disposal. So this is the mission.
So the UI here actually looks a lot better than it used to quite a while back.
Let's accept
I haven't
that.
been able to get into the game for a while, but this looks much more usable. Pretty nice, actually, I'd say.
Go to Reclamation and Disposal and go from there.
And this is one of the mission givers on Hurston. One of the multiple ones.
He obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah. So over here we've got Maria of Heart. This goes back to player status and kind of the idea behind Death of the Spaceman, where when you die, this is where you'll come back. You'll respawn here.
Yeah.
And then also when you get injured and the med pin takes you back to a certain percentage, and then it will fade over time, and then you'll need to actually get fixed up here, whether it's at a hospital or by the Apollo or Endeavor.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the idea is the med pen is a short-term solution that stops bleeding and lets you operate for a little while, but if you don't go and get longer term fixed up, the bleeding will come back and you'll eventually die. So even with med pens, you still need to go back and get medical help and fix yourself up, just like repairing you're like a ship, you repair yourself. So here we are, Reclamation and Disposal.
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. Still alive, I think. Hello, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darneely. Wonderful to meet you. What can I do for you on this fine day?
Well, you gave us an invite about work. Let's ask about that.
It's an excellent question. If you're not particularly concerned with shades of morality, I may have a lead on some, well, let's just call it questionable materials in need of forceful collection. The devil's in the details, I believe. Read them well.
Okay, there's a satellite that's fallen from orbit and it has a prototype blade in it we want to
Interested?
check out. Yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Best of luck.
You know, I've got to admit, the lip sync is pretty nice there on the avatar character there, isn't there? On the NPC guy. Pretty good animations on the facial expressions as well.
Mission, I guess. Yeah. Sure we got it. Oh, we're going to do a comm call. All right.
Let's see how this goes.
One of our friends. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, man.
There he is. Oh, hand's a bit weird.
Oh.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Just chilling here in Largo, waiting for us to check out one of their new ships.
Nice, man. Hey, look, I just got this mission.
Lip sync not quite so good here though.
Potential salvage.
This is using their face rig stuff, I think, isn't it? So the other guy's an actual player, and the camera's supposedly capable of watching the guy's face and mapping the facial expressions to his face. But it's not doing that very well, is it?
Alright, dude. Juicies.
All right. So we come. Obviously, there's still some kinks in the facial stuff to work out.
Just a little bit.
I'm not sure whether we calibrated correctly. And doesn't Chris have glasses or not?
Chris does have glasses.
Yeah. So, but that is an example of comm calls in RTT with the face over IP. Not the best example of the quality that you can get out of it. But we have face over IP that's working right now in the 3.3 OCS branch that the
And
Avocado had.
they can actually play it too.
And they could, yeah, and you'll also be able to go and check it out in the LAN room, the Drake LAN room. Okay,
So that's L19. That is, or
yeah,
sorry,
look
that
up
is that's the Habs that we
that's
were
where
at
we were
in
in
the
the Habs.
security building.
yeah, behind the security building. And then where's the worker trade stuff?
We're going to head to Tammany & Sons, which is a shop, and we're going to buy some armor. We're going to buy a multi-tool as well, because we'll need that for the mission. So straight ahead, that is to the business district that we'll be working towards for 3-4.
Yeah, don't try to cosplay those little
bags?
cheap plastic bags, breathing
Yeah.
apparatus things. It may not end well.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the actual new flight suit that's coming with 3.3. It's the RSI Odyssey. It's very cool. So we're just gonna get it.
Buy the helmet.
Okay.
The music is pretty atmospheric, isn't it? I like that.
And then we need to go.
Do we have the suit? I don't have the suit.
Yeah, we have the suit. We need to go get the multi-tool. So think of the multi-tool like your personal utility item that will have different attachments that you can actually use, whether that be cutting or welding or salvaging. Hopefully mining, I can talk him into mining.
Yeah, like small scale mining.
Yes, very small scale mining.
All right. At least put the undersuit on. There we go. You sure we got the thing? It says undersuit empty.
Oh. Yeah, okay then.
Hey, you only did buy the helmet, by the way, just to let you know. Did it not let you be able to buy the RSI suit?
No, I don't think he gave him the right items.
It needs to refresh them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Write that up as a bug.
Yes.
So just put a little armor on top of the RSI suit.
We'll do the helmet when we fly.
Yeah, you don't need that on Hurston. Even though the air quality is bad, it is breathable. All right. Okay.
So we're going to make our way to the train station. So this is the workers' district, and that's how the workers get taken to the strip mine.
You see the trains going by or not? There you go, look, so you see, so there's actually functioning, I don't know if you saw that, but there's functioning trains in Lowville. We're actually going to get on one of the trains. We just saw one go past. We can go to the metro station now. There you go, see? There's actually a functioning transit system that we're going to head to.
Yeah, I agree, Logster. The music is great.
You're flying outside, you can see the trains on their tracks going between the different stations.
We have the admin office that we just passed. That's the residencies, and then we've got the security building right here.
Off limits.
So we watch it, we stare, we like hang out too long, they tell us to move along. Again, there's still some kinks everyone's working out on that side of stuff. Let's go to the Metro Center to get to the spaceport.
Welcome to Metro Center.
So here we could either go to the perimeter line, which will take us to the outskirts, or we can take the spaceport line, which is going to take us into the TSA spaceport. So that's where we need to go to get our ship.
To Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter spaceport.
There's 6 different gates that the player can enter into the city, and plus the spaceport. So it gives you just kind of the idea of the scale of the city.
And all these trains run on a schedule. So actually, if we take a look, we can see above train arriving in 103 seconds. What about the other track? Look at the other track. Train arriving in 26.
Train's departing.
Train's departing in 26 seconds.
So it just came in.
So we missed it coming in. All right. But yeah, basically the trains come and go. If you actually walk out and go and take the other train. Glenn, do you want to do that? Or just watch it go?
One thing that you will notice is that the transitions between
5, 4
heliports, or between elevators, as well as this is basically like a fancy transport.
Off it goes. Let's
now
go to the other
so you
train.
won't fall out.
So, okay, we got 53 seconds. We're going to do commuter citizen. So if you miss the train, you have to wait for the next one.
I saw somebody that was very excited about that on Reddit. So.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to share. I love the fact that there's a running transit system, and you have to catch it right,
and actually the team worked very, very hard on this, putting this together, and actually building the tracks, building everything that goes into it. The other thing.
Any minute now. Come on, little trainee. There you go. See, in Star Citizen, the trains do run on time.
This one started.
We may crash. Yeah. We may do some other stuff, but our trains definitely run on time.
So the AI in the future will be able to transition between the spaceport and L19. Right now they don't, so it will be a
you'd have a train, people getting on, getting off, sitting down in the seats, just like you would get a normal commuter train. So the usable system, the new usable systems only just come online, and it's one of the reasons why you're not seeing that many of the actions that are going. But this is all physically real. We are traveling in Lawville, and you can see out. You look back, you see the tracks, right? And that's the Hurston Dynamics building, which is 4 kilometers high. Lawville itself is about 24 kilometers in sort of diameter, the main area of it, which is about equivalent to Austin, actually. So Lawville's about Austin size in real world scale. So that's, I think not many games sort of do things at the level of scale that we're doing. So here we are coming into TSA Spaceport.
Pretty impressive looking areas, though, aren't they? I wonder how far you can fly over the top of these in a ship, or whether these will be a no-fly zone or not.
Kind of metro system or track. Right now, they sort of run point to point B, but we're going to have them have actual multiple stops that you're going off, multiple hab stops. It's fun. So there you are. And whatever the train simulator out there, we're doing a little bit of that too. All right. There we go. I'm going to head to the spaceport, which would be the place.
Collected all property when clearing customs.
Have all the relevant information ready for inspection.
All right. So longer term, with a law and order system that we're going to be working with, going between places, depending on what you carry, there'll be checkpoints. So you won't be able to necessarily say carry weapons or contraband. And that's kind of what these custom points are. They're not fully operating yet, but that's the longer term goal. Won't be in 3.3, but as the law and order system comes in, that's all going to be part of it. And here we are.
Just for the smugglers, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you got to find a backdoor entrance,
Yes.
or how to come, or how to hide it. And smuggling is a specific kind of gameplay that we are going to add to what's happening here. So here we're in the main concourse. And you can sort of look out. Yeah, ignore the glitching AI. We have lots of those. There's a few ships on part of that. That's actually, we'll go there later. Saw that. That's the Kraken. You can see the sides of the Kraken because it's got a cutlass on it and a Buccaneer, if you take a look and we zoom in. And it LODs in properly. There you go. So it's not a small ship. I don't know, are there any ships coming and going? I'm on this build. I saw it like this morning. Do we disable the ships coming and going? I don't know what happened.
No.
So in the spaceports you'll come, there'll be sort of hubs. So normally there'll probably be a ship dealer. There is actually a ship dealer on this spaceport, which we'll go and see later on. There'll be different lounges, so like maybe one for the Chairman's Club, one for sort of UE, USO style one, and then we're going to have various guilds that if you become a member, they may have their own sort of lounge in the various spaceports. We're going to go and just retrieve our ship to go on the mission.
The rework.
Yeah, we'll take the new Mustang, which has been reworked.
Your ship has been delivered
Not
to
the
the following
Aurora.
landing pad.
No.
There you are, landing pad, hangar 4. So over in that direction, we're going to go back and visit later on, is actually where the ship dealer is, which is a big deal because in 3.3, when Hurst and Lowville are in, you'll be able to buy ships.
I don't know if it's going to be like this for every major mission. Obviously, they're trying to demonstrate areas off here, but how would you guys feel about every mission having to go through this sort of process? I mean, it's impressive, but it adds a lot of time on. What do you think?
Like here's an Origin dealer or whatever. So, and there'll also be used ship dealers. Like we're going to have one on Levski called Teachers, which will be fun. But we'll go visit this later. Let's go to oh, and down here. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah, Glenn's reminding me. Long term, you're also going to be able to take like transit, just the same like we have the transit system in the train. Commercial transport to different locations on the planet or off-world. So that would be where that would be down on the spaceport, and we would build that. So as an NPC, you could fly your own ship, or you could take a ship to get there, basically a Starliner. So let's go down to the hangar. And in 3.3 of Lowville and Hurston, we've got two hangar types that we've built, which is the large hangar and the extra large, because they will hold every ship. Now, obviously, we're going to be in a large hangar, even though we're in a Mustang. It's too big of a really hangar for a Mustang, but
it sells the scale.
Yeah, you'll get the sense of scale, and either for 3.4 or just after 3.4, the small hangar will come in line. There are small hangar places in the spaceport. It's just we haven't finished the interior of the small hangar out.
This is built out of our common elements. So the idea is that this is how we scale. You know, we build these big elements, and then we can bring them down and build smaller elements out of that.
So here's the large hangar, which will fit lots of ships, not just a Mustang.
Yeah.
And again, longer term on the we still have some AI going around, but you know, people will be moving carts. When you land, they'll bring stuff over to your ship. So the long-term goal is to have the AI in the place, give it a sense of life, give it a sense of operation. So you know, they're coming out to refuel your ship, coming out to fix it up, all the rest of the stuff. All right, let's get our helmet on and go for a flight.
I'm going to say it again, but I really am liking that music. I do like this way it is a kind of living, breathing world as well. I like that aspect of it. But I agree with kind of what you're saying as well in chat, that it would perhaps be a bit much if it was like this for every mission, but surely not. Surely it's not going to be like that for every mission.
We just got him in. He's a little blown out.
Yeah, and we can't hear him either. But he's like, okay, you got permission to land.
Permission to take off.
Take off, sorry, yeah, not land.
So, Glenn, can you look up or good? All the way up?
There you go, our hangar doors are opening. And again, the hangars all here are, it's all physically correct, so the hangar is in the location, you'd see it outside. When you're playing it, you'll see other players coming and going, landing in the hangars. So let's take off.
Launch complete.
So we're also introducing a restricted zone.
So you can see the sort of red area, which is like you're not, until you're after a certain height, you can't fly on. Here we are, that's the Kraken that we were looking out on.
Over there, right there is
L19,
where you
right?
spawned. Yeah. So this gives you a good sense of scale.
I don't know how
on the tracks.
I don't know how well you can see it on the restream here, but it looks like there's loads of dust and ash falling down out of the sky. I guess it's meant to be filthy air here. Chris Roberts mentioned that early on, so
and obviously,
yeah.
If you can see, Lorville's made quite a lot of progress from last year when we showed it in the Art Corp demo at Citizencon. So we spent a fair amount of time building it out, and also building it in a way that will be performant for a city of this sort of scale.
I think Ian increased the size of the building quite a lot too.
Yeah, but you get a sense of just how big the main Hurston building is. And in the goal is in 3.4, or just after it, this opens up as a whole separate area that you take a train to go visit in. Flying out into Hurston. So I think we've got a mission marker, that one,
In first person you do.
Yeah.
So Hurston's actually built out of 6 biomes. We've got desert, savanna, acidic, strip mines, trash, and polluted coast. So here you'll see the polluted coast. If Glenn flew down towards the ocean.
Yeah, and Hurston is, I believe, about 2,000 kilometers in diameter. So it's about Earth size based on our ratio. So we're doing 1/6 for the main planets, and that's mostly just for traversal reasons, because you'll see, it already takes quite a while to fly, not even that far of a distance. And with the old flight model, we had some of it, but the new flight model even more enforces it. So when you're down in atmosphere, the thicker it is, the harder it is for you to go fast. When you get higher up, you'll be able to go faster. So yeah, we figured 1/6 of the size is still way bigger than anyone else is doing on planets, like 1/1, but it's a nice balance between having the size and the scale and allowing you to traverse it in reasonable times. So I think that's sort of acid, the acidic area, and then there's sort of polluted coast here, and we're heading towards the place we've been told for the mission. And this particular mission, I believe, can spawn in multiple locations.
Yes,
This destination around Hurston.
Yeah.
And so
And also have multiple branches to it.
and can be multi-part or not multi-part, have different
Yes.
sizes of stuff. So and I'm expecting all you guys, once you get hold of Hurston, there'll be lots of pretty screenshots and cool community video of that is better than we manage to do normally. So that's pretty awesome. That's actually one of the nicest things every time we do a new release is seeing all the content that you guys generate.
I want to see a 25 on 25 fight.
Yeah.
Here.
So we're sort of hitting the sort of savanna style territory. There's a couple of biomes in Hurston that aren't in this one, but there'll be a planetary bombardment kind of biome. So like Hurston uses,
100%.
they make weapons and they use the planet for testing. So that would be sort of this cratered area that they're testing their orbital devices, and then there's going to be the executive gardens, which will be really sort of plush, for the 1% of Hurston that they've got their, walled gardens, and it's not polluted, and it's, set separately from hoi polloi, not the hoi polloi. I always get correct on that because hoi is the. But anyway, right. So let's head towards our destination. How far out are we? Let's see. What distance do we scan at?
Closer.
Oh. Glenn's showboating. And we have in the new flight model, which I believe is going to be a talk right after this. Actually, it may be. Or
No,
maybe is it the one? Is it after this or one session after this?
I think it's one session.
So the new one has a lot more accurate on the atmospheric modeling. It's modeling drag and lift correctly, and so the different sizes of atmosphere. It won't be in 3.3, but our goal is to get the new model into 3.4. But it's gonna change a lot of things. Probably takes some getting used to, but there's definitely a different feeling performance down on planets than there is up in space, which is really good. And also it depends on the ship. So like a ship that has more atmospheric ability, like a Gladius or something, flies a lot better and can turn much tighter in atmosphere than say an Aurora, which is basically a flying brick. So it's pretty, it's very cool. And if you feel it, I don't know in our land room if we're actually showing the atmospheric, we're letting people play with the atmospheric flight there, but it definitely feels different than when you're in space, which is something I think a lot of people wanted to see, and we now have with the new one. So okay.
So the goal for scanning, obviously, is to give you a general area that you need to go and scan in. You need to ping, and then from there it's about hunting and finding what you need to actually do. So we found it because Glenn knows where to go.
Well, we went to the general mission marker
Yes.
and then we scanned it.
Yes, but he saw it.
And the scanning, gameplay is an ongoing thing, so we have quite a lot of more stuff to come in terms of scanning locations, ships. I mean, there's already some of it for mining, and there's already a bit of it for ships, but in terms of what ships have, what they cargo, whether you can have things to block the scans, figuring out what resource amounts are in distant areas.
And that's what we would consider kind of short-range, mid-range scanning. Long-range scanning would be a different aspect, and that is more about exploration.
Okay, so here's the down satellite that we're just sort of going over the top, and we probably should find a location to land. Let's get a little. All right. gonna come around the side. All right, we are down on
Now
the
this
ground.
looks nice here, doesn't it? Lovely details on the grass and all the rest of the shrubs and the trees.
Sure you have a few weapons just in case. Pistol.
Yeah, for those of you that mentioning the flight models a bit weird, he did say that's changing in the coming update, so who knows, I guess. But I've always thought the flight model for this is a little off. At least it's not my favourite type of flight model. But then I'd need to get more hands-on with it. I haven't played it a whole lot.
So this is a Savannah. Very different biome from what you guys saw before and what you've seen in our game.
Yeah, and this is early days on this. We've still got a lot more stuff to do on our planet tech. Obviously, longer term, we're going to have animal, like fauna, animals, creatures.
Yep.
So there'll be natural wildlife depending. There's going to be weather systems, so dynamic weather, you know, rain, snow, all the rest of it. And I'm actually looking forward to when we can have a real dense sort of jungle planet. I mean, Hurston's sort of been polluted, so the most you get is...
I'm not sure why the guy's leaning to the side like that. It looks like the weird gravity effect that was affecting the drinks early on.
Frankfurt guys and Marco Cabeda, who's been heading
Very
up
odd.
this. Pretty awesome because this thing covers the whole planet, and when you get down, you're right in the middle of it, and it's really, really cool. And we're constantly working to improve it, so it's already a level above what we showed a year ago, and it's, you know, it's great. It's going to be even better as we carry on. So, and here we go. In the current game,
I don't know if it was on a slope, because the trees were growing vertically as well. If that's the case, the tree should go straight up, shouldn't they, even if he is on a slope?
We're going to measure the temperature and the heat. So over a certain amount, you start to get damaged. And also, if you're in a tight area, we will actually have the fire entity itself be sucking oxygen out of the air. So, like if there was a fire aboard one of your ships, if you don't put it out, it's pulling the oxygen out of the air, which would work with our player status system, which is all the systemic stuff that we want to get into the game. So it's one big sandbox to just live and exist in, and the things that you think would happen as they would in real life do.
And it's not just fire, it'd be acid or radiation or other different hazard types that we can actually think of and use.
All right, let's go. Top.
Okay, a few different opinions in stream then. Some people think it was on a slope and some people saying it's a bug. That's quite common to SC.
We've had Mantle in for a bit. There's a bit more.
Yeah, it does look like a slope in the background there, so
Again, all
perhaps that's what it was.
Player sort of locomotion, movement stuff. You know, stage one, we're working on it, but yeah, you'll be able to, you know, mantle, vault, slide, basically do a lot of these sort of parkour style actions and have full locomotion and interactivity with the environment, again, because we want it to be sort of a tactile, exploratory game feel to it. So, what's happened with the, is it me or is there's something blown out on
the lights?
Effects, yeah. Okay, let's try to make this jump. It's like old school platform game here. All right, are we gonna do it, Glenn? Right,
I believe
we're
in
gonna
you,
get run
buddy.
up. Here we go. Oh! Glenn! All right. Okay, back up again. Like I said, it's like an old school platform game. All right. Let's do it all first person. No. One. We're actually ducked and crouched in there, I think.
Yeah.
So we're actually ducked as we're going under it. First person. Okay. And we mantle up the last thing. All right. Back here. Try it again.
Settle down.
Red.
So someone predicted that in chat, didn't they? It fall again. Let's see if he makes it again. He's not getting a lot of spring in his jump, is he?
Did you die?
So his legs are flashing. Oh no, he's dead. Well done. So those people who are saying this is scripted, I'd say probably not, eh? Well done. So I guess they've got to go through all that again, have they? I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah.
What's that?
You go to?
Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to cheat. We're going to use a developer go-to.
Yeah, they need to cheat, though. We don't want to see all that again.
Yeah, we are going to teleport.
Oh, and thank you for the membership join there, Dixik. Really appreciate that. Do check out the community tab on YouTube. There'll be a bunch of content there that you can see now that's exclusive to YouTube members. Thank you. So he's back here again. Let's see if he makes it this time.
All right, one more time. Glenn like made that jump every single.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see you miss that jump until now.
Twice. You got it.
Wow, I thought I was going to miss it there. No buffering. That's what they were after. That's what they were after. They wanted the cheer from the crowd.
All right. So,
So again, you're looking for a prototype blade. And this goes to the tactileness that we want. Is that the right one?
So it's
Nope.
TDC 470. No,
Nope.
we need a TDC prototype XX. All right. So we can just drop that. Exactly. Check this one out. No, it's the same one. So the prototype one does not appear to be there.
There you go.
So someone's probably gotten here first and taken the prototype.
So the thing they want isn't there. Oh dear.
And this is an example of a multi-part mission, right? So
Yes.
I think these environments look pretty nice though.
prototype is one of the things. Or it can carry on and someone's taken it. In this case, someone has taken it. So we've got to find out where the prototype is.
Ah, is it intentional then that the prototype is missing?
Yeah. We don't have impaling just yet. I only have the physics question. So if we go in here, and this is an example of, like a puzzle, is the satellite shut down, but if we maybe get our multi-2 out, and perhaps cut away those restraints there. Get rid of that. Cut those. Falls off. And there'll be things in the game that will let you read what you can use the pour on. Reset it.
Obviously.
And hopefully it will allow us to track where the prototype is. Okay, we restarted Satellite's internal system. And there's a prototype somewhere, so let's go find it. Is there music played in any of this?
Is that better? Sorry for the audio problem there. Hopefully that's fixed it.
Oh, hang on.
The soundtrack's definitely very nice, Jeffrey. I don't agree with that. Is he going to take a ship down with his gun now?
There's a cutlass.
Hey Chris, if you're out there, I may need some
There's
help.
someone else, and this would be an example of someone else getting the same mission to come and get there. They've sawn our ship, and they've decided to take it out and then try to go for the prototype.
And I believe you just called your friend? Player 6 just crashed.
What is that?
Ian, can you cut to camera 2? Chris, can you go? Chris, go third person.
Okay. So, this is our friend that we just called. Showing up. Let's show the tail side gunner as well, I guess. Cut to camera 3. There we go. So this is the Anvil Valkyrie, and it is the first
camera 2.
First straight to flyable ship that we've done. So it's a Anvil drop ship, and it's going to feature also in Squadron 42, and this will launch with 3.3.
Take out 5, take out 4.
Yeah, let's get rid of the bad guys.
Take out the bad guys.
Camera 1, Glenn, where are you? Let's see where you're going. Where are the bad guys?
Okay. Glenn is DC.
There we go. That's a sync issue. Oh, we lost the... He's out, right? I can see him on camera 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
there we go.
Done. We're still having some sync issues in the multiplayer. All right, I think we killed all the bad guys. Yes, we have. All right, let's bring it down. Oh, not yet. Oh yeah, it's a big rock. Let's avoid that one. There we go.
Someone mentioning AI here in chat. I haven't seen any AI yet. I think these are all other players, aren't they? Don't think there's any AI here yet, unless I'm totally mistaken here.
All right.
Nothing about Squadron 42 yet. Dixik.
You guys got the FOIP on or not? You got the FOIP on? I was wondering if you'd said something to
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, let's walk up to him and see if he's...
Thanks for the help, man.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Okay, let's close it. Alright, so this is the Anvil Valkyrie. It is, like I said, Anvil's dropship. Both sides there's side guns you can deploy. Remote turrets. It's a bit risky. We still have the desync on the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we can take a tour of the bottom.
Well, yeah. Let's just look around the bottom, Glenn, and then I think we're heading to where the prototype blade is.
Go through the doors.
Here's the bottom. You can go up there to where the flight area is. I think if we open up here, it will take us to. It's kind of dark. There you go. Open door. There you go. And this is where the crew can sit. This will carry like 20 folks. I think this is probably to the turret in the front, right? Yeah.
So the down turret?
The down turret in the front.
Or the bottom turret? And then
got sleeping quarters upstairs. But if we go back, we've got, we're not, rather than us make a mess of the specs, Anvil have a little video that they kindly provided for us to tell us about the Anvil Valkyrie. So let's let Anvil help us out.
Ask any soldier. They'll tell you that battles aren't won or lost based on weapons or numbers or even hardware. They're won on choices.
That's sunset.
Our ships have distinguished themselves in thousands of civilian and military combat operations. We are proud to announce another weapon in the arsenal of victory. Get ready for the next generation of warfare with Anvil's Valkyrie dropship. This multi-role weapon platform is designed to get personnel in and out of the hottest combat zones. Featuring 4 powerful rotating thrusters with VTOL capabilities, the Valkyrie is capable of landing with surgical precision to deploy assets. Fitted with a vehicle bay and ramp, you can also efficiently launch ground-based troop transports or reconnaissance vehicles in the field. Each high-performance operator seat features rugged construction with added support to minimize G-force for up to 20 personnel, making sure that your fighting force arrives on site ready to jump into the fray. And don't think for a second that the Valkyrie can't hold its own in a fight. 2 remote turrets featuring size 3 hardpoints can provide suppressing fire during deployment. 2 additional manned turrets provide even more devastating fire to blur the line between dropship and gunship. In the days of antiquity, the Valkyrie were believed to choose which warriors may die in battle and which may live. With Anvil's Valkyrie, we put that choice in your hands.
Okay, let's. How are we doing in terms of getting to the location we need to get to?
Player 2's flying there right now.
Right. Yeah, can't. It's, the contrast, the resolution is so great that. So we want to look out the side there, Glenn, maybe.
Well, you can see the remote gunner from player 6 as well.
Okay, sure. There we go. So yeah, let's switch to player 6.
Can you turn to the right, Daryl? There you go.
And go to the, I guess, to the left, to the front.
Yep.
So it's a full 180 degrees, I guess, full toggle down. So yeah, there's 2 remote gunner seats that command the side guns, remote guns, Gatling guns, and then there's a turret gunner on the top and a turret gunner on the bottom, and obviously a pilot, and then whatever the crew that you bring. So. Someone wants to shoot it? Why not?
Distance.
Well, you want more than one shot? Come on. Hey, bullets cost money. You have to restock your ammo, man. Well, you never know when you may need it, you know what I'm saying? Does a side gunner thing work, by the way? I think it does. This is something you don't get the thing on the...
Some pitches.
Okay, Glenn can try it, and then we got switch it.
Yeah.
Glenn, can you go the side gunner turret? No, don't. Keep on the... You go on the side gunner turret. And then, yeah. See if it it's apparently extremities.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Okay. All right. So we're heading to where the prototype thing is. And hang on.
No, camera 6.
Back to camera 6, please. So there's some pretty hardcore AA here.
Why don't player 1 and player 3 have a little fun?
Yeah. Okay.
Nice movement on the vehicle there.
I guess the military, the version of the temporal cyclone, which is also going live with 3.3.
Yep.
So we have this, the racing version.
At least in terms of the speed and the motion, I guess, that is.
I think all versions of them are
Okay. Alright. We got rid of...
I think we got rid of all of them.
All the AA? Alright,
Yep.
so...
Oh. We did improve the rocks. You don't run over every single one of them now.
Yeah, that's one of the AA turrets. That's another AA turret we took out. And again, this will be another optional continuation of the mission. So another type of missions that we have in 3.3 on Lawville or Hurston, actually more Hurston, is underground facilities. So this is the very first example of underground systems. So we're going to have underground facilities, caves, other kind of things. And this particular one, this happens to be a kind of, I don't know, waste storage.
I think it was used for refining.
Refining,
and,
right?
Well, we'll go check it out.
So let's go down.
You guys are too good a shot. You left nothing for us.
What's up? What do you say?
Too good a shot.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's go in, down to the facility. So Glenn and Scott are going to go down. Look over at Scott. We're going to go to team in to try and get the prototype. Cut to player 2.
Player 3.
Player 3, sorry. Player 3. There you are, you can...
Don't let the bastard
He
escape.
scratched up his helmet.
Damn it.
Player 1.
We need some fun.
Okay, so here's the other part of the mission is FPS AI mission. So this is cooperative gameplay against FPS AI. Currently, I think in 3.3 you have missions that support it for Aya,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have missions that are supporting around Hurston, like this underground one.
So this is our first pass on it. You guys have been working very hard on getting...
Yep, Nathan, definitely AI now. It's nice to see.
Hit reaction.
I guess let's see how it actually runs.
I saw one more guy. Oh.
Can we cut to Scott?
My shade, man.
You too.
And again, diegetic, VoIP and VoIP will be there. So when you're there, you can talk to when you've got people in your team, you'll be able to talk to them. So, and it'll all be automatic based on who you make friends and everything. So in this particular case, you wouldn't need to be linked up in Discord or TeamSpeak or anything. As long as you're in the team, you're all there. It'll be like operating in a real world fire group. So I think here is where the CDC is. I swear that was so working before, it's so annoying when that changes. All right, prototype TDC XX. Okay, and we've recovered the blade now. So this is the second part of the two-part mission, and now we've got to take this back to our drop point in Lorville.
Yes, to get paid.
To get paid.
So now the question is, did you get everybody?
Nope.
So one of the things that we've been working on is kind of the knockdown system, staggers, those types of things. We need to do some internal playtests a little bit more, but ideally we roll that out soon.
Should you not be standing still?
Here's one.
I thought it gets kicked after a while. Oh no. Respawn, those are all spawn at the beginning, respawn some afterwards. Like in this mission, I wonder if we spawn some after you get it,
Chris is giving me notes for me to fix on the mission.
Alright. Just saying, wouldn't it be cool if a few other people stopped out of the popped out on your way back up?
We will add reinforcements.
So glad they fixed the popping.
Follow the sun, Glenn. Don't stare at it too long. But
All right, let's head back to Lawville.
is this a special color?
Oh yes, so we would say that the Valkyrie that's been flown here is a special Citizencon edition. That's if you get the Valkyrie during Citizencon or within this week, I think you get to have this color as opposed to the standard. We have a digital grey camo, and those are two options. There's a military version, but that's just responsible.
Take it off.
Roger that.
All right.
So we're gonna head back to gate 2 and basically show you guys a little bit. Hey, Chris, can you gain some altitude and let's get there?
The side guns, I guess, just don't work. I don't know why.
I don't know if those are roads. I'll ask Ian.
No, there are. In these, there's built-in. Those are the. That's the strip mining biome. They've got the roads that they did the strip mining in.
Okay.
But there is a road system that is in for the procedural planet setup that we aren't using just yet. It just sort of came online, so we're going to start to carve roads. The same system will be used for rivers and other things down the road.
Smile, Scott. How's it going? Gonna be right on the drop off here.
Can we do a shot of player 6? Player 6, please.
Loving the atmosphere here on the planet. It's a lovely, lovely looking environment. Really hope they show something off in space though. I'd like to see this planet from orbit. I'd like to see X in the atmosphere at some point. So hopefully they're going to do that, or are they just going to get back and complete the mission? Let's hope we see something in space anyway.
That was a good looking show. So as we get closer to the city, this is a no-fly zone, and this is our early implementation of no-fly zones. Eventually, we will have paths that you will need to stick on. You will need to follow. So very similar to what you get with real-world airports. You just won't be able to fly anywhere and everywhere over the city under a certain altitude. We'll get to player 6.
Alright, our drop-off point is right by gate 2, so rather than fly all the way in and then take a train out to the perimeter, we're going to land out here because we can't go in closer because of the no-fly zone, and then drive to gate 2 and get to sort of check out the outside of Lawville as well.
Guys are good to go. Thanks for the ride, man. Anytime.
Again, that was us using the VoIP point situational for the team. Cut to player 3.
Player 3.
No, we are on player 3 now.
Oh,
He changed.
sorry.
He was in his third person view.
Scott.
Scott.
There you go.
Back to player 1. So again, this sort of gives you an idea of the perimeter and the scale of the city.
Yep.
That was fun, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'll be in the bar later, yeah?
Meet you there.
So now you have to find your way through.
Yeah, in the outskirts of Lawville, you know, we're gonna, in different areas, there's a little example of a bit of a shanty town. So these are people that have been pushed out of the inner city, but people still hang on the outside gates, sell their wares to people coming and going from Lawville. Yeah, you can appreciate the size and the scale of Lawville. So we're now down on the foot. You can sort of look up, if you look up, Glenn. It's pretty big, and this is what you fly in and out of. I mean, I think one of the nice things with Star Citizen is just the sense of scale that you get, but also the sense of detail when you're down there on foot. So it's all the, you know, you can see things, you can interact with them, your hand. You know, we've got millimeter precision for that, but we've got scale that goes to billions of kilometers. Right. Just put this through here, we should be okay. Not getting a custom interview, but longer term, again, we're saying the law and order system, scanning,
Keep
smuggling.
it going, people.
You try and sneak through things, maybe a scan sets off something, you
Get taken to
interview
customs.
Yeah, and here's the use of the sort of Dropbox stuff that we're putting into 3.3, so as well as admins that you can pick up and drop things from. This is also allowing you to drop off stuff, so this is sort of a drop that we're going to do, which is to complete our mission.
Clovis doesn't like to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
The use of weapons within
Deniability. So we just place it.
paramount to us.
That done. Now, the mission is
You are subject to all person law and can
There you
be
go.
prosecuted for violations.
Yeah, deliver the cargo. We're done. So now we're going to catch the metro. Hopefully, the metro line from the perimeter doesn't run as frequently as they want.
No. Anybody from Europe will understand that.
So let's get up there and see what's happening.
I think we got a little bit of a wait.
Person security reserves the right to search travelers.
The train, run! Get in it! 7! Oh, yes!
You made up for your 2 jumps, buddy.
It's literally a 5-minute wait on the perimeter. So that was good, because we're running behind schedule anyway, so.
So a lot of painstaking work went into making this real.
Yeah, when the transit system's fully working and we've got the persistent hubs, this would be the way you would get to your location, just like in the real world. So there would be different stops for different sections.
And right now, this is only running from gate 2 to gate 1. Eventually, we'll do kind of package things together. So like gate 1, gate 2, gate 3 to spaceport or to the main center.
Yeah, and the transit system will probably be used in most of our landing locations and the advanced ones to take you to different areas of interest. You know, from the spaceport to the central physics district to the habitation areas to the dark, seedy favela area or whatever, depending on the locations we have.
And I think this thing's moving at about 200 kilometers an hour, so about 120. 120 miles an hour.
It's our space bullet train.
Yes. It's moving. I mean, it's got to cover, 12 kilometers.
We're almost there. Okay. All right. So now we're in the L19 area, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in the L19.
L19, so we're just going to hop the train. We're going to hop the train to the spaceport and check out the ship dealer.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Our friends on the perimeter there. As I said, commuter citizen.
When train is approaching.
Arriving 42. What's the other one?
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
That'll be the other one we're going to do then.
Yeah.
It's,
So eventually, what we want to do is basically, Glenn, can you look at the map real quick? Behind you. There you go. So be able to show trains in transit, just so you understand where you're going, how to get there, and where it's at.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Right. How long is it? It's like a 15 second?
It's a 30-second wait.
It is?
Yep.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks.
If it was 30, then, or if it was 20, we wouldn't have made the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Person security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
So ideally we get a ship for you. Since
yes.
since
After all that, we should buy a ship, I think.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass is a serious and dangerous offense.
Right, we got 6 minutes then before the next session's up.
gotta move it, bud. Yeah, don't break your legs. Yeah.
Use of weapons within Lorville is strictly prohibited. Your safety is paramount to us.
All right, let's head into New Deal. So in 3.3, once Hurston Lorville in, you'll be able to rent ships and also buy ships. Renting ships obviously will be more economical in the short term because ships themselves.
Well, it lets you try them out.
Yeah, lets them try them out, and they also cost money. So it's an opportunity to rent something, to use it, figure it out. So here's the New Deal. A couple of obviously ships that are coming in 3.3. There's the Phoenix, sitting right there, the new Mustang. And of course, to the right is it's just a pretty looking ship. Yeah, the Hammerhead.
The big boy.
Again, another ship that's coming with 3.3. I think the Avocati just started to play with it and have fun. It's probably a bit out of our price range. Yeah, it's definitely out of our price range. We don't have that much money. So let's go in and get something that's a little cheaper for us.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I think Mustang, maybe 100,000 or something. I'd have to look. This is our first pass at. We're still working on the economy. There's a whole matrix in terms of how much material things got, the manufacturing quality, the brand. It's the same for items. So we have a matrix that's done to work with the dynamic economy on ships and on items. Obviously, there's still going to be.
Hello and welcome to the New Deal shipyard, where there ain't no such thing as too low of a deal.
He just went in
Take a
last
walk around
night.
and just breathe it in.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Little
Yeah,
work.
the lighting's
so.
on it. So yeah, like I don't know how much. Let's. Okay,
600.
Which is the Aurora? 220,000. I don't know. The 85X is that much more expensive. But we get a Prospector maybe.
Glenn's been wanting to buy.
Yeah. All right. There we go. And we have a Prospector we can now fly. And there we go. That is the end of the mission demo. So we've done a mission in Lorville / Hurston that is going to be in 3.3 once that comes online. We've shown you the various parts of the gameplay, including the FPS aspect that you can do against the environment, multi-part missions, the various biomes of Hurston, the transit system, the enhanced interaction system, being able to buy or rent ships. We didn't show renting, but that's also be part of this. And they will all be stuff that will come with 3.3 that you guys will play once Hurston and Lorville will be on site. So thank you very much for seeing this. We've been working really hard. There's still a bunch more work to be done to get the glitches and bugs out, which you all got to experience a bit of. But we're really kind of excited by the beginnings and the possibilities of what it's going to provide. And I think the rest of the day, we've got a whole bunch of panels that are talking about various things that we've done, including how we built Hurston, some of the technology we've used, some of the other graphics technology we've been working on, the new flight model, which won't be in 3.3, but it'll be coming in 3.4 onwards, which we're also pretty excited by. So I would say go and visit the panels. The audio guys have got some really great presentations on their stuff. Character guys have got great stuff. Tony has a design session that he's going to sit in and expound on, so that will also be really interesting. So have a great day, and I'm going to see you at the end of it to sit down and recap it and have a little talk with you guys. So I will see you later. All right? Yeah. Thank you.
Well, so there we go. That brings that pretty much to an end, I think. I'd love to know what you guys think of it. Oh, look at that person. Who's that? Ah, it's Disco. Sneaky, sneaky. Right, hold on. I'm just going to turn this, I think. Hold on. I want to see what's going on here. Are they going to show something else? Are we missing something? Are they going to show something else? Or can we start talking? Oh, they got a big Drake interplanetary.
Because no one has seen this yet, right? Oh my God, we got a big model of the.
Have they made a real?
You guys already saw the trailer, and I hope you liked it.
Oh, I see. All right, they got a model there.
Of the Kraken. You can see the landing platform.
Okay, well, we won't be talking about that just yet. Let's turn this volume down a bit because.
Oh, it looks like there's a Craig.
I've got it blowing in my ears and I
Kraken
can't
sales
hear
representative. Not too
what
bad.
I'm
How's it
thinking
going?
here.
Oh, can I get that mic?
Somewhere.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
What is Drake doing at the Citizencon here?
Well, Drake is showing off its first ever
Oh my
capital
goodness.
ship,
Okay,
which
well,
is
we'll
the
do it over
Kraken,
here.
a mobile strike
All
carrier.
I want is a.
Builds on
All I
the
want is a
famous
volume.
Drake formula.
There we go. Well, that took too long, didn't it? Just there to find the volume. So, there we go. This is Citizencon being broadcast from. I can't remember where it is at the moment, but that's the latest update for Star Citizen. A lot of travelling. I see people calling it Commute Citizen already. Gotta say, there's some really impressive environments there. Just hearing that they lost a 40k ship there. So when they lost their ship, that ship was 40,000 credits, and they earned just 4k for that mission. So yeah, they got to do that 10 more times in order to replace that ship. Kind of trying to think of a few talking points there. Let's have a look at chat. I'd love to know what you all thought of that.
So if you're at Citizencon, step by the Drake booth, get the swag, get the fan. What is it about the fan, by the way? The fan? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Butters, you've got heartburn. Yeah, I agree, Asriel. It looks really nice graphically, especially considering this is supposedly going to be. Well, I don't know if it can be considered an MMO, but it's quite a large-scale online game, and that's a very nice type of environment for that sort of game. There's a lot of interaction going on there, but I don't know. Yeah, nice ambience. I'm seeing a lot of the same sort of comments, feeling the same sort of thing. A lot of nice environments, a lot of nice interactions, but not a whole lot of gameplay going on there on this year's stream, I don't think, on this year's demo. Let's just see what everyone else is here saying in chat. We'll talk about it for a little while before I head off. I don't think they're going to be talking about it anymore. Yeah, Archers, I was also surprised not to see anything in space. At the very least, I would have liked to have seen them fly up into orbit around that desert planet. Beautiful scenery, yeah, it was wonderful scenery. Yep, Jeffrey, I think that's quite a good observation there. A bunch of new ships, a bunch of nice new locations, but nothing that really pulls the game together, not in terms of gameplay. A mission there just to go find one object, and obviously the way they play that now is it implies that a whole bunch of other players are playing that same mission, because obviously they went out to get that circuit board, the prototype circuit board, and when they got there it wasn't there. Yes, that's scripted, but the principle of that is they're talking about the Kraken here in the background, this flying aircraft carrier, like one of the things from Avengers. But yeah, obviously the principle of that mission is that other players might be going out there and taking the same sort of mission, so someone else got there first. Right, I think that is where we'll leave it. I will be putting a video up on this live stream or on Citizencon tomorrow. I'll be doing basically a highlights, and I'll put some of my thoughts up, some of my opinions, and we'll have a look at what people think about this over the next 24 hours or so. It'd be pretty interesting to hear other people's thoughts on it, you know. So for now, I think this is where we'll leave it. For those of you who are wondering when the next live stream will be, I will be back on Friday with a live stream with the Creators Roundtable on Elite Dangerous. But for now, this is it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.